Do you guys like my newscaster outfit? All right. Good afternoon, and welcome to the first and only town hall debate between Aladdin and Ratatouille. I'm Gavera Kimmel, fifth grade social studies teacher, and today's moderator. This debate is sponsored and scripted by fifth grade students in cohorts A and B. Tonight, our candidates will be taking questions from voters here at MJDS. And I should say, this audience looks a bit like MJDS voters. It's divided. Some here voted for Aladdin in 2016 and plan to again. And some support Ratatouille, and some are truly undecided. We're going to get a mix of questions on a range of topics, and we're going to get those questions started in a moment. But first, I'd like to welcome Adone Lippman and Gavera Broidy and thank them for being here.
It is a pleasure to be here today representing Ratatouille, the rat way to vote.
I'm so glad to be here tonight and can't wait to take you to a whole new world with Aladdin.
It's going to be an intense debate ahead. Let's get started with our first question from Lily. Gavera Broidy, you'll be able to respond first.
We are a school that likes to laugh and have fun. Why should we choose your movie candidate if we want to laugh?
Abu the monkey is really funny. He eats food with 1,000 bites before swallowing and refuses to share. The genie sings in silly voices, pretends to be other people, and holds up funny signs and props. These are sure moments to make you laugh. There's nothing funny about a dirty rat in a kitchen.
I'd like to respond to that if I may.
Sure, but you just have 30 seconds.
If you watch Ratatouille, you would know that Remy, the rat in the film, hates getting dirty. He's absolutely not a dirty rat in the kitchen. Furthermore, yes, Aladdin has funny moments, but has even more frightening moments. Ratatouille has few scary moments covered up by humor. Lastly, only the genie and monkey are funny in Aladdin. But in Ratatouille, all the characters have funny moments.
Thank you. Same question to you, Adone Lippman. Gavera Broidy, you'll have a chance to respond afterward.
Our movie is full of funny scenes. For example, when Chef Skinner's suspicious of Linguini and he thinks he's going crazy. Another funny moment is when Remy the rat is pulling Linguini's hair and moving him all around the kitchen. You can't watch this scene without laughing. I laughed so hard when Skinner was tricked into lifting up the chef hat, only to find that Remy's shadow had disappeared. Even the suspenseful moments are covered up with humor, making the scary parts of our film even funnier.
In the beginning of Ratatouille, there's a scene with gun violence. There's nothing funny about guns. Additionally, when Remy is pulling Linguini's hair, he doesn't like it and the rat doesn't stop. This does not send good messaging. If somebody asks you to stop doing something annoying, you should stop.
On that note, we'll stop here and move on to our next question. Hazel from fifth grade cohort A would like to ask the next question.
Students in grades 3K through 8th grade will be watching the chosen film on Friday, November 13th. What makes your movie appropriate for this wide range of ages?
Adone Lippman, the floor is yours.
Okay, well, again, the humor in our film is appropriate for all ages, even adults. It is not scary. It still has a lot of action, which makes it exciting for all viewers. The jokes are simple enough for our 3K audience, but sophisticated enough to make our 8th graders laugh. Aladdin is full of romance. It is basically the center of the film, and that might seem inappropriate for some kids. Jafar and his parrot are quite frightening, and we didn't want to scare any of our early childhood friends.
Romance is not the center of Aladdin. The suspense and humor are what is the center of the film. The jokes in Ratatouille are not simple, they are quite complex. Some of the younger kids might not understand them. Ratatouille has guns, ugly rats scurrying around the kitchen. This is not funny. Additionally, rats can carry rabies. Who wants them near food? Gross. May I answer the question now?
Only if you promise to stop talking about rats with rabies. But sure, go ahead.
Yes, sure. Aladdin has romance for the older kids, but not too much for the littles. Ratatouille takes their romance a little too far. Magic, like a flying carpet, and the singing genie is enjoyable for all ages, and everyone can laugh at the funny moments, like a genie impersonating people.
What? Aladdin has way more romance than Ratatouille. The entire plot of the film is based on romance. In Ratatouille, it's just a side story. While Aladdin shows a lot of pretend magic, Ratatouille actually has magical moments that will make your heart flutter. Remy's dreams come true, and this is truly magical.
Well, there certainly is a lot of magic in the air here tonight. Let's move on to the next question from fifth grade voter, Sivan.
How will you prepare our young viewers for the villains or scary parts of your movie?
We've thought about this, and I will let teachers know when the scary parts of the movie will happen so that they can warn students to cover their eyes and or their ears. We are also committed to talking to the littles about how movies are just pretend and typically fairy tales end happily. Additionally, Ratatouille has even scarier moments, like when the grandma chases Remy around the kitchen with a weapon.
You say our one weapon scene is scary? In Aladdin, there are multiple times swords and knives are pulled out. Jafar is so creepy, especially toward the end of the film. Aladdin won't be able to warn the kids of all the scary moments. There are just too many to cover. They would end up having their eyes closed almost the entire movie. Plus, you shouldn't have to go to those measures. It is ridiculous that you would need to warn them about scary parts. Plus, telling them all movies are just pretend may ruin the magic of films for them. Let's not pretend the grandma scene is scary. We all laughed when we saw it the first time.
Woo! This debate is getting heated. Adon Lippman, please respond to the question as well.
First of all, there aren't really scary parts. The only villain is Chef Skinner, and he's hilarious. The moments where he gets mad or tries to catch Remy aren't scary, they're funny. The villain isn't really evil, he's full of silly humor. In Aladdin, Jafar is definitely evil. The end of the movie is pretty scary when he turns into the red genie and when he tries to drown Aladdin.
First off, there are scary parts in Ratatouille. There are dark alleys and creepy giant rats. Additionally, there's a scene where you see rats hanging from traps. Ew! We said this before, and I'll say it again. The gun scene is scary. It is quite loud. We should not be promoting violence. The scene where Aladdin almost drowns is not quite scary. It actually shows loyalty because the genie comes down and saves Aladdin, and it shows the trust in their relationship.
Wow, you've both made many great points tonight. We're going to move on to our last and final question from eager voter Hallie.
If you had to choose one positive from your film, what do you feel like your greatest strength is?
Great question. Singing and dancing. The music takes you to a whole new world because it's happy and catchy. It makes you smile. There's many songs that carry the movie along. The music is so good, it even won the 1992 Best Original Song Award at the Golden Globes.
1992. Sure, you may have singing and dancing, but what about adventure? And did you forget about COVID-19 rules at school? We can't sing along, so what's the point? There's music playing in the background of Ratatouille that keeps the movie moving along, but it's not tempting to sing along with, especially because some of it's in French. For the Lippman Party, it is hard for us to choose just one strength. Our movie is hilarious, full of silliness, and will cause tremendous laughter. That being said, we think our larger strength is the message viewers can take away from our film. Remy overcomes his background and faces many obstacles and almost gives up, but never fully does. The lesson is that anyone could do anything, no matter where they come from. I also want to shout out my campaign team for doing an amazing job of preparing me for the debate, all their advertising, and for Gavera Kimmel, because she looks sharp in that blazer.
While Remy does overcome obstacles, Aladdin offers great lessons. Jasmine is a strong and powerful female, refusing to get married just because of a dumb law. Aladdin shows loyalty to the genie And even though he is a thief in the beginning, he is really stealing to help those in need. Aladdin truly was poor. He had nothing, and he only stole what he needed, not what he wanted. Remy was spoiled. He had what he needed to survive, but he wanted to be better, so he stole the things he wanted, not what he needed. Aladdin was practicing Tikkun Olam and helping those who had less than he did. Before I conclude, I too want to thank my campaign. They've done a phenomenal job, and I'm very impressed with their hard work. And again, shout out to Geweret Kimmel for her hard work and the sharp blazer today. Best of luck.
Well, I think we've all learned a valuable lesson here today. Geweret Kimmel should start wearing a blazer to school, but more importantly, the fifth graders are amazingly talented and creative writers. They brought you this debate and wrote every single word of it on their own, and I, for one, am very proud of them. I also learned that your administration is super fun and should turn their phone volume off. Just kidding. But it's really important to vote in real elections and fake elections, and your vote matters and your voice is important. So remember to vote on November 3rd. We'll see you then. Thank you.